How's it going? This is Daniel Bushes, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to set up a dynamic report in which you'll be able to pull and identify all the contacts in your database who have been unengaged over a certain amount of time. And the reason why this is kind of powerful, I should say not kind of, the reason why this is powerful is that people who have done nothing over a certain amount of time as you're sending out emails means that for whatever reason, they're not interested or something's going on. And so it's important for you to identify that and then launch a campaign to address that. Because people that are unengaged are people that are most likely not going to buy from you. And you want to have the highest amount of engagement, because with more engagement, of course, comes more sales, more loyalty, more referrals, all the good stuff in your business. So let's first get started by going into Infusionsoft. And if you have another CRM, you can certainly follow along. It's the same, it should be the same strategy, but I only work in Infusionsoft, so this is how I'm going to use the example. So going up here to the Infusionsoft ribbon, and then going over here to marketing and going down to marketing reports. And so I'm going to zoom in for you because the marketing report we're going to be using is email status search. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click into there and we're going to set up the criteria for our search. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, Infusionsoft always gives us lots of options, which is really great. And so if you look in here, you'll see email status, and you can go through everything. People that have opted out, people that have had hard or soft bounces. But for all intents and purposes, all we care about right now is people that are unengaged marketable. So we're going to choose that. And then the next thing that we're going to choose is we're going to go down here and we are going to choose the last engagement date. And so the last engagement date that we're going to choose is, I'm going to say, more than 6 months ago. And before I go ahead and click on this search, what we're going to do is we're actually going to create two separate searches. Well, I would suggest we create two separate searches. And the first is people that have not engaged with you over the last 6 months or longer. And then the second search will be the same identical thing, except we're going to choose over the last 90 days. Because people that have not engaged with you over the last 90 days should be your low-hanging fruit in order to quickly be able to win them back. People that are longer than 6 months are people that are colder, and you might have to have a higher value offer, or you might want to treat them differently. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose more than 6 months. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And you'll see that this is my own database, and you'll see I've got 32 people. And so what I've done is I've already created two tags. The first is unengaged marketable more than 90 days. And then I created a second tag, and that second tag is unengaged marketable more than 6 months. So as you know, you can create that on the fly, or you can do it when you set this up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to click on and make sure I've got all 32 of these contacts selected. And then I'm going to go over here to my actions, and I'm going to apply a tag. And you'll notice here that it gives you the ability that you can actually create the tag right there on the fly. Now I've already created these tags, and hopefully they should be easy for me to find during this example. So I didn't even put them in a category. And here it is, unengaged marketable last 6 months. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this action, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to process that action. And so you'll see that that's as simple as that. And so I'm going to pause this while this processes. Okay, so the process went ahead and ran. So what I did is I went back over to the Infusionsoft ribbon, and I went to marketing reports, and I chose the email status search. And that's where we're here right now. And now I'm going to go ahead to have this second search that I'm going to set up. And this second search is going to be unengaged marketable more than 3 months. Now, here's the extra step we're going to do. Is I'm going to go over here to miscellaneous criteria, and see for the tags right here, and I'm going to say doesn't have any of these tags, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the 6 month tag, the unengaged marketable 6 month. And the reason why is because we don't want to have an overlap. So I'm going to go ahead and type in UNE, and you'll see right here, unengaged marketable last 6 months. And so now this is saying, give me anyone who has not engaged in the last 90 days, but also does not have the 6 month. So that way we have separate contacts in the database. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search. And you'll see that I've got 8 people. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to save this one, the 90-day one. And I'm going to say this is everyone, and I'm going to say unengaged marketable last 90 days. Because the reason why I'm going to save this one and not the other one is once we have this in our dashboard and we've saved this, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to keep track of that, and anyone who hits that status dynamically based off of the search criteria in this saved report, we can actually launch a campaign right to them. And so hopefully moving forward, we should never have too many people in the unengaged 6 month duration. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this. Now I've got a saved report, and now I've got these contacts, these 8 people, and I'm going to select them all, and then I'm going to go to action, and I'm going to apply, remove a tag, and then I'm going to go over here to my 6 month tag. So let me go ahead and find them, and it should be right. Oh, I think I passed it. Here we go. Last 90 days, unengaged marketable last 90 days. I'm going to save that. I'm going to process the action. And that's it. And so what I've basically done is I've created 2 reports. One report's 90 days or between 90 to 60 days, and the other one's 60 days or longer. And so what we'll be able to do now is then launch campaigns based off of those. You may want to treat people differently who have not engaged with you for over 6 months. You might want to offer them more of a value or special incentive. And for people that have not engaged with you last 90 days, you might want to have a different strategy. So that's it, and we're all finished for this part of the training. Thanks so much.